If I were to ask you the question, what was your favorite job? What would it be? Don't overthink it, just go with the first one that comes to mind. Having asked this question to thousands of people in dozens of industries, I've learned a few things. For a lot of us, our favorite job wasn't the one that paid us the most money. It may not have even been the one where we had the highest rank or position. Not that there's anything wrong with either of those things. Instead, for most of us, our favorite job provided an experience. It's a feeling we remember. And if we don't have that feeling at work now, we wish we could. Have you ever considered what separates the great work experiences you've had from the not so great work experiences you've had? I have. As I look back over the course of my upbringing and career, I realize that the great experiences my leaders created made all the difference. All the way from my mom to my scoutmaster to various bosses in the different jobs I've had, all of them share the same three characteristics. Let me give you an example. Besides what I do now, my favorite job was the first job I had out of high school. Now, while it might not sound all that great to most people, I absolutely loved it. I worked part-time at a bagel shop on Main Street in Salt Lake City. Yeah, bagels. And I didn't love the job because we made bagels the right way so they were a little crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside. And I didn't love it because I got free food. I loved it because of Byron, the guy who ran the shop. Byron had a manner about him. We knew he was the boss, and yet he never made us feel like he was the boss. We always did our best for Byron, whether it was serving customers, cleaning, or restocking, not because he'd get upset if we didn't, but because we knew he'd be happy if we did. He let us learn through mistakes instead of doing everything for us. Now, while I didn't fully recognize it at the time, Byron had the three characteristics that all of my great leaders have had. The simple characteristics that make all of them what I call a human leader. Now, before I get into the three traits of human leadership, please understand that these are not reserved for those in official leadership positions. Any one of us can embody these traits, and as a result, have a positive impact on those around us, making ourselves, our teams, and our organizations stronger for the long term. So here we go. First, a human leader is honest. To me, being honest goes beyond just telling the truth. Of course, that's important, and it's one of the lessons we learn from the time we're kids. More specifically, though, to me, honest means that the words we speak match the actions we take. For example, if we're always spouting off the company values, we live them ourselves. If we provide coaching to others, we live our own advice. If we say we put people first in our organization, we actually make business decisions which align with that. There are a lot of things that make honesty hard. Accountability is one. It's hard to hold ourselves to a high standard. But you know what else is hard too? Simple awareness. It's a challenge to remain constantly conscious of the alignment between our words and actions. Now, interestingly, those two challenges can actually turn into great opportunities to be more honest. For example, we can find an accountability partner, somebody we trust who can help keep us on track. When it comes to awareness, we can ask for and gratefully receive feedback on how those around us perceive our level of honesty. Second, a human leader is humble. No matter our experience, our expertise, or our education, each one of us is still imperfect. Each of us is still fallible. Each of us falls short in certain areas. And that's awesome. You know why? Because if we weren't, we would have no need for each other. Recognizing there's room for improvement allows us to learn and get better, but we can only do that if we practice humility. Ego, including a constant focus on self, has been the downfall of so many. Great leaders understand the importance of focusing on others. Human leaders work on being better for others, not better than others. We can practice humility in small ways. For example, next time you accidentally cut someone off in traffic, as they let road rage get the better of them, take a breath, recognize your mistake, and give them a friendly wave. Or try this. The next time one of your ideas is challenged in a meeting, rather than secretly hating the person who challenged you, ask them a follow-up question so you can better understand their point of view. Third, a human leader is, well, human. Being human means that we see the individual behind the employee. We see the human being rather than the role they play or the amount of revenue they may bring in. A human leader pours everything they can into those they lead so that each person feels their value and feels appreciated for the work they do. Think about it this way. You can buy a really nice car that comes with all the right equipment and upgrades. But unless you put gas or electricity in the car, it's not going to perform to its capacity. The same goes for the amazing humans we lead. We can hire the best people for our team with all the right degrees and all the right experience, but unless we put fuel in their tank, or unless we charge up their batteries, chances are they're just going to sit there. We can practice being human by taking a genuine interest in those we work with. This can be something as simple as a heartfelt, "How are you?" followed by an actual pause to hear the response. We can also implement something my friend Peter introduced to me a few years ago, which is called the check-in. Before any meeting, we take a quick 30 seconds each to talk about what's going on for us at a personal level, and if there's anything keeping us from being fully present for that meeting. It's a great little snapshot of each person, which invites empathy and a feeling of trust. While these 3 traits of human leadership are simple, I admit they are not always easy. Each one takes dedicated daily practice. It's a daily pursuit. And I can tell you firsthand, there are some days we'll do it better than others. The point is to measure our success by the trend, not by any single day. One way that I've found to measure my own trend is to do a short 3 to 4 minute daily reflection. I use a journaling app, and at the end of each day, I review how I showed up with a few questions that I've created for myself. I answer in the app with a simple thumbs up or thumbs down. Now, you can choose your own method, but whatever works for you is fine. More important than the method is the practice. Your method will evolve over time. Whether we have a leadership role or simply influence those around us, cultivating the traits of honest, humble, and human allows us to experience work in a completely different way. Whether we're making bagel sandwiches or running a global organization, human leadership allows us to feel the intangibles that drive us to give the best we have to the things we care about. And I'm excited for you to have the tools to begin that journey today. I would love to partner with you on that journey, either in person or virtually. Contact me to learn more about human leadership and how to share this message with your team or organization. You can also go to davidjmead.com for more content and weekly tips that are designed to help us all do better and be better.